This is test 46 game 2. This is the cassette tapes game. It's a matching or assignment game where we're taking the 8 genres, F, H, J, and R, and assigning them to sides of a cassette tape. Now I've got a bunch of rules here, but I'll explain all of those. We got that each genre is on 2 of the 8 sides, which is the reason that I've made 2 rows of 4 slots each. They tell us that J's are on at least one side of tape number 1, and neither H nor R is. We know that the 2 has no jazz, so I put not J under 2. We have that folk is not on any tape numbered exactly 1 higher than something with a rock. So giving us a rock RF not box, meaning that R and F cannot go consecutively in that order anywhere. So if neither H nor R can go on 1, that means that the other space not occupied by the mandatory J will have to be occupied by either J or F, and this is our initial setup for the game. Not too much to do in the way of inferences here, more drawing over the course of the game. Now question number 7 is a typical orientation question. Just take one rule at a time and apply that rule to all 5 choices looking for violations. So one thing you can check for, of course, is that J can never be on 2. You scan through the choices looking for J on 2, find something with J on 2, eliminate it. So A is gone because it has J on 2. Next we could look for the fact that H and R can never be on 1. Scanning through the choices there, you see that choice D has H on 1. So for that reason, D can be eliminated. Next, you could look for the fact that we can never have RF occurring consecutively in that order. If you scan through the choices, you'll find that choice E violates this, having them consecutive on 3 and 4. So E's gone, down to B and C. Now, B and C are interesting. We've used all the normal rules here, but one thing we do know is that we have to have exactly 2 of each genre. And choice C violates this, having 3 jazzes over the course of the 4 tapes. So C is gone, leaving B as our answer for number 7. Next, number 8, general must be true question. Nothing immediately apparent here. The big thing that's going to happen, if you check through for these rules, you won't really get any hits. The big thing is the RF box occurring consecutively, because that's a little bit harder to look for. They will refer to it indirectly by not talking about it, but rather by talking about the other variables in the game. So we'll just run through the choices one at a time. If tape 1 had 2 sides of jazz, we'd have to have jazz on both ones, of course. We could have tape 4 with some rock. Does that have to be the case? Well, could we put rock on 3? If we had the rocks on 3, we could avoid violating the RF rule by putting the F's on 2 and then having the H's on 4. That would work perfectly fine. So for that reason, A is not a must, and we can eliminate it. Next, we could look at B. If tape 2 has 2 folks, does tape 3 have to have hip-hop? Maybe not. Of course, tape 2 having 2 folks means that tape 1 would have to have 2 jazzes, but we could easily still have rocks. Let's see, tape 3 having exactly one side of hip-hop, we could put both hip-hops on 4 and then have our rocks on 3. That wouldn't violate anything. We can't have RF in that order, but we could have FR, meaning the reverse order. That would work perfectly fine, so for that reason, B can be eliminated. Next, choice C, if tape 2 has 2 sides of rock, so I'll put 2 rocks on tape number 2. The RF rule, what are we going to do with that? Does tape 4 have to have at least one side of folk? Well, we can put one of the folks on side number 1. The other one would have to go on 4, though, in order to avoid violating the RF rule right here. So for that reason, choice C is a must. We cannot avoid violating the RF rule, so for that reason, C is our answer to number 8. Next, number 9, general could be true question. Just run through the choices, checking for what could be true. Of course, 4 of them cannot be true. Could we have tape 1 with jazz on both sides, and then have tape 4 with F and H? Well, if we did that, what would happen? Well, we have to have R on 2, of course, in order to avoid violating the RF rule, but then we're going to have an F on 3. If we had our R's on 3, we'd have RF on 3, 4. So for that reason, either way, we're violating the RF rule. Therefore, A is not possible, and we can eliminate it. Next, looking at B, 2 with H on one side and 3 with H and jazz. So let's put that down. 2 with H on one side, 3 with H and jazz. What happens now? Well, we can make a valid scenario. That's what happens. We could still avoid violating the RF rule, like so. If we have F on 1, another H on 2, F and R on 3 and 4, RF rule is not violated. We haven't violated any of the restrictions on bottom, so we're totally good. Therefore, B is our answer to number 9. Next, number 10, general could be true question. Could tape 1 have two sides of folk? No, of course not. We got to have J on 1, so A is gone. Could 2 have both H and J? No, because J can never go on 2 due to an initial rule, so B is gone. Next, looking at C, 4 with both F and R. Yeah, it works perfectly fine. We've actually, seen that before. I'll draw it again, though. We could have F and R on 4. Then we could have, let's say, we could have J on 1 with J or F on 1. Let's put down another J on 1 as well. Then we could have H's on 3, and then have another F and another R on 2. Works perfectly fine, no problems at all. Doesn't violate the RF rule, so we're good for C. Next, number 11, general cannot be true question. So 4 of these things could be true, 1 of them cannot be true. Find the 4 that could be true, or of course, if you see something that cannot be true, you just pick it and you're done. So tape 2 with R on both sides, 3 with H on both sides. You might be able to do this in your head, but if not, that's okay. We could put R's on 2, H's on 3, F's on 4, and then J's on 1. No problems at all. A could be true, so we eliminate it. Next, looking at B, R with 3 with R on both sides, then 2 with H on both sides. We run into a problem here because at least one of the F's has to be on 4. One of them could be on 1. We could have F on 1, but then the other one will have to go on 4, violating the RF rule. So B is impossible and is our answer to number 11.